الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum. I pray you're all well. Today we're having this special program at the Islamic Forum of Canada, where we are bringing together the Muslim community as well as the political officials, the elected officials. We have invited the candidates from the 5 Brampton ridings, the 5 Liberal candidates that won the election, the 6 candidates from the Mississauga ridings. There are 6 ridings in Mississauga. We've invited all of them. Also the mayor of Brampton, Linda Jeffrey, the mayor of Mississauga. We've invited several other officials from Peel Regional Police and so on to attend the program. So the politicians, other officials have been invited. For the Muslim community, we've invited many organizations, many masjids and mosques and Islamic centers to attend our program today. We are preparing for a large crowd, a good representation of the Muslim community. We've also invited the Muslim businessmen, the Muslim professionals, doctors, lawyers, engineers, and other professionals representing different groups from the Muslim community. So we are expecting a wide cross-section of the Muslim community to come out today for this program, and we're expecting all the elected officials and many other important dignitaries to come here and join together. The purpose of the program, firstly, to congratulate the newly elected members of Parliament from the recent federal national elections in Canada. So this is a celebration for them, to congratulate them also on the great victory. And then to work with them, and we want to make this suggestion to them today, to deal with issues of concern for the Muslim community. In the wake of the recent terrorist attacks, there has been a lot of Islamophobia incidents in Canada. We're concerned about that. We're concerned for our Muslim community and the safety of our Muslim community. And we hope to convey this concern to them and to work with them to resolve this issue. The Syrian refugee crisis is also a concern for us, and we hope that they can help us to address this issue and other issues of concern for the Muslim community. So we hope in congratulating them on the great victory to set the stage for the near future where we can work together for the mutual benefit of the Muslim community, the Canadian Muslims, and all of Canada, all of Canadian society, to make this country, Canada, a more beautiful country, a stronger country, a better place for all of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless each and every one of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون.
He's also the chairman of the World Islamic Mission, which is a member organization to the Canadian Council of Ahl Sunnah. He's also a very qualified IT professional with over 20 years of industry experience, and he will be chairing the program for today. I'll call him up to lead the rest of the program.
3 weeks ago, after the recent election, in which I'm sure you will all agree that the Liberal Party found themselves winning a resounding victory in the federal elections, we felt, Sheikh Faisal, our leader, felt that it was necessary for the Muslim community to come together in some shape or form in the Peel region, where, as you know, 11 MPs have been elected, of whom are from Brampton and 6 from Mississauga. We know the Muslim community came out, the electorate, the Muslim voters came out in very high numbers across Canada. And we know that in some cases, almost 86% of the Muslim populace, those who were eligible to vote, came out and supported their Liberal candidates.
We do not consider these terrorists to be Muslims. Their actions are not from the religion of Islam. And first of all, as Muslims, we need to speak up and speak loudly about this, that they do not represent us. And this is not the Islam of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. His religion was a religion of peace and love. And he is perhaps the greatest lover of humanity. And because of his love for humanity, he was able to spread peace among people.
I'm pleased to be here with you to congratulate the new candidates. And as I said to Sheikh Faisal, we've met many times. I want you to know that they've been working for a long time to get to this position. The hard part is getting elected. The harder part is what you do with it afterwards. And these are good people that are trying to learn the job, to learn how they can be the best representatives. And I feel very confident that we have a very strong team of people that are showing up. They're asking the questions they need to. They're learning the job. They're still in that learning phase now, but there's such a good crop of MPs. I feel very confident that we're going to have very positive conversations for all of their term, and I look forward to working with them. I think Sheikh Faisal raises an issue that has actually worried me a little bit. The Syrian refugee issue is one of those issues that has polarized my community very quickly. And we had a conversation at our council last week about how we would work with the province and work with the federal government to help with those refugees that land at Pearson, because some of them are going to Montreal and some of them are coming to Pearson. It's our responsibility to help those individuals.
Ladies and gentlemen, it really is an honor and a privilege to be here this afternoon at the Islamic Forum of Canada. I'd like to say, first and foremost, it is an absolute honor to be here with my federal colleagues. I see them here representing Brampton and Mississauga with a lot of pride. As the mayor mentioned, we have a fantastic team in Ottawa, a very strong team representing the region of Peel, and I'm absolutely delighted to be part of that team. I'd like to thank Sheikh Faisal, Imam, and of course Brother Munaf for this opportunity. As mentioned earlier, today we're here to have a very constructive dialogue, a very important discussion. And what I heard very eloquently from the Imam was the fact that we are here to very clearly speak out against the acts of terrorism. And that's very, very important that we do that as Canadians, because these are Canadian values, but these are also Muslim values, as articulated before. And this is something that we need to clearly do here at home and abroad. And there's no doubt that because of these acts, it gives rise to Islamophobia. It gives rise to the politics of fear. And this is a battle that we have against the terrorists. All of us do in this room. It's a collective fight that we have against terrorists. So it's not a fight against Muslims. Let's be very clear about that. It's a fight against terrorists. But we also must speak out against the hate crimes. And we heard and have seen the acts that unfolded in Toronto, and of course the arson in Peterborough in the mosque there. Not a very proud moment as a Canadian. It bothered me profoundly. that such acts would take place in Canada. Completely unacceptable. But as typical Canadians, people came together. They raised well over $100,000 for the mosque. Many Muslims and non-Muslims. And that's what it means to be Canadian.
And a lot is going on in the world. Of course, we've been through many challenges in the past as well. And I do believe that our Prime Minister is taking the right steps in the right direction. And our team is very excited to know that we are with you, with the community, and with the commitment of bringing in 25,000 Syrian refugees. And oftentimes we hear this word of tolerance, which I'm not a big fan of. I know we can do much better than tolerance. We need to be the Canada again that accepts, that loves, that welcomes people of all communities. And of course, as mentioned previously, we need your support to make sure that we can spread the message of love amongst all the different communities and make sure that we wipe away the ignorance that lies in many minds.
Has said it, this is a multicultural society. We live in a society where we have to flourish in a multicultural way. Let's now go out of the fear. Let's move the fears from our minds. We have to get together and move forward. We are in a Canada who has got a Charter of Right and Freedom, which has envisaged, which has given us, which has authorized us with all the rights, equal rights for each and everyone. And we don't want to have fears in our mind. With the support of Charter of Right, we honor the Charter of Right. That's why our leader was courageous to say always that we will not keep that bill C-24. And we will not keep it.
My esteemed colleagues, members of Parliament from Brampton and Mississauga, Mr. Baines, Minister Baines was also here, who's an older brother. Just as a guy that got involved in politics when I was 19 years old, my first journey into politics was putting up signs for Navdeep. So I'm really excited to see him as a minister today. And the words that he said just a few minutes ago, I think sums up the Liberal Party of Canada's commitment to not only the Muslim community, but the country overall. And to summarize what he and Ruby and Ramesh have said so eloquently is that what makes us the greatest nation in the world is the fact that it doesn't matter if you're Sikh, Muslim, Hindu, believer, non-believer, atheist. We're all united by our Canadian values, and that's what makes us great.
Thank you very much.
You gave us tremendous support. And after that, I saw in my campaign lots of volunteers from this mass. And I really do appreciate, I just want to thank you from my heart. And as Mr. Sangha said, it wasn't very easy. So you make so much easier for us. Thank you for your support. And our leader, our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said 25,000 Syrian refugees. We have a great team, and we should welcome all the Syrian refugees with open heart, and we will do that. We are very open. And we are in the process of setting up the Constituent Office, and any time, we need your suggestions too, how we can set up our other goals. So as Raj, Mr. Sangha, Ruby, and everybody and respectable Navdeep Bains said that, and we have a strong team. We stand with you, and we need your suggestions too as the time comes. And thank you for having us. It's a great honor for us. Thank you.
And they said, well, you know, where we come from, and we are all first-generation Canadians, where we come from, democracy is quite a joke. You know, people's rights are not respected. It doesn't matter. The value of human life is nothing. And so when we come to Canada, we come with that mindset. And I am so happy to see that people put their fears aside and they decided to come together and really work for a greater cause, where over the past number of years, there were politics. And so when we come to Canada, we come with that mindset. And I am so happy to see that people put their fears aside and they decided to come together and really work for a greater cause, where over the past number of years, there were politics of division, which were there to create division, to using fear to divide us. But the exact opposite happened. That fear, that division, it really united us, and that is our achievement this past year. So I would really like to congratulate all of us together for coming together and really working hard to bring Canada back and to set us back on track. Thank you very much.
But I have to say, of all the campaigns I've been, it's the most amazing and wonderful campaign that I've experienced. You know, some will think it was kind of a marathon that we were out there for many, many months, but they gave us the opportunity, I believe, to strengthen our bonds, to deepen our roots with everybody in the community. Because we had so many opportunities to visit mosques and visit you at your homes and to discuss issues that were of such importance. And the campaign, why it was, I think, the easiest campaign that I've ever run, and I've heard this also from many of my colleagues, is that it was a campaign that was about, as you heard, hope and hard work. It was a campaign about, it was passionate, as you would see Mr. Trudeau just about every day at night on TV, and it was inspirational, and that passion and that...
Deal with the aftermath of the mosque that was burnt in Peterborough on November the 14th. The Honorable Mariam Monsaf, who's the MP for Peterborough and also the Minister of Democratic Institutions, was able to join us at the third event, but there was two events prior to that where I represented the Government of Canada. And the first was a meeting with the police chief. After that, we went to meet, we had a Friday service in Peterborough, and because the Muslim community couldn't use the mosque because the mosque was burnt, the United Church in Peterborough graciously offered its space for the Muslim community to have its Friday service.
You have chosen the country, the Canada, which is the best country in the world. In the last election, no matter who you have voted, you have exercised your rights and responsibility. And one of the rights and responsibilities is to participate in the electoral process by voting and taking the role of the office. Alhamdulillah, we have some Muslim candidates, some candidates from Sikh communities. It's wonderful to have 23 representatives, your voice from South Asian community. Give them a hand. Our home and native land, true patriot love, in all reasons come. With a glowing heart we see thee rise, God true, Lord strong and free. Far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep
free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. We stand on guard for
يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Ameen, ameen. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. I want to welcome our viewers to the Islamic Forum of Canada. We just concluded a special program. Today's program was to welcome and congratulate the newly elected Member of Parliament for the Peel region in particular. There were 5 MPs from Brampton and 6 MPs from Mississauga. And we also reached out to the other Muslim MPs from across the GTA, those who were elected in the last federal elections in Canada. So we brought them together today to congratulate them on their great victory and to thank them for their hard work, and then to follow up on our communication with them, our contact with them, working with them, which started before the elections. Here at the Islamic Forum, we organize many subcommittees to work with the different candidates in their ridings. We help them in their telephone canvassing, in their door-to-door campaigns, and other aspects as well. And all the candidates were successful. The candidates that we supported, they were all successful. And so it was happy to see them here today coming out. And after the elections, we also wanted to highlight the terrorist activities recently in Paris, in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Mali, and several other places. And to make it very clear that we do not support terrorism. Terrorism is not part of Islam, even though it is done by people who claim to be Muslims and who claim to be doing it in the name of Islam. We wanted to make it clear today that it has nothing to do with Islam, and these individuals are not Muslims. And we also wanted to bring to the attention of everyone, and especially the politicians, the elected officials, that we must be vigilant about incidents of Islamophobia. Following the Paris terror attacks, there were many recorded incidents of Islamophobia targeting the Muslim community here in Canada. The day after the attack, a mosque in Peterborough was firebombed. There were cases of Muslim women in Toronto, in the GTA area, and other places that were molested, verbally abused, in some cases physically abused. There was someone in Quebec, a man who posted a video calling for Muslims to be murdered, and so on and so forth. But the good thing is that the Prime Minister of Canada, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau, made statements against these acts of Islamophobia and came out in support of the Muslim community. Members of Parliament, the Honourable Maria Munsef from Peterborough, she also made statements, as well as the officials who came today. They all spoke out in support of the Muslim community, in defense of the Muslim community. And so we congratulate them for so doing. We thank them for doing that. And I think that it's because of the leadership of the Prime Minister of Canada. He has set the tone. that he would not tolerate any acts of intolerance, and that Muslims are free to practice their religion in Canada. So it was a wonderful program today. It was a wonderful program, a celebratory atmosphere, a time to congratulate the newly elected officials, and then to set a stage for us to work together. And so we look forward to working together with them in the future days, in the future weeks, in the future month, in the next year, for the benefit of the Muslim community. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them and guide them to do what is good. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the Muslim community of Canada. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of Canada, this great, wonderful country, so that we can become stronger and contribute to the global Muslim community. And I bring special greetings to each and every one of you, the viewers of our program today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.